Okay guys, so we've been learning about planets. So real quick before we start learning about terrestrial planets, I want to have kind of like a minute speed round of what we already know about the planets. Who can tell me one thing they already know about the planets? Riley?
That Mercury and Venus and Earth are considered the twin sisters.
I love that. Riley brought up a good point. Mark, you said Venus and Earth?
Yeah.
Venus and Earth are considered the twin planets because they are similar in size. Jeremiah? Okay, yeah, you did your project on Neptune. That's a great fact. Isaiah?
Saturn has rings.
Yes, and Saturn has rings. So now that we know about different planets, we're going to break them down into what types. We have terrestrial and Jovian. So today we're going to talk about the terrestrial planets. Okay, so who can tell me what a planet is? Riley?
It's a giant ball of gas and rocks.
Yeah, gas and rocks. And the terrestrial planets, which we're going to learn about today, are mostly made up of rocks. They're called the rocky planets. And a planet does orbit. So who can tell me what orbit is? Someone other than Riley. Cameron Wynn?
Circling.
Yes, orbit means to circle. Excellent job. Okay, so let's talk about the terrestrial planets. So the terrestrial planets are rocky planets and they orbit the sun. So you know how Earth orbits the sun? So do the other terrestrial planets. And the names of those planets are Mercury, Earth, Venus, and Mars. All right, and so Mercury got its name from the Roman messenger god because it moves so quickly. And it is the smallest of the terrestrial planets. It's 3,032 miles diameter. Now a diameter, if you remember on a circle, or in this case a sphere for the planet, is the distance from one side of the sphere to the other. It's the closest planet to the sun, and it orbits the sun in 87.97 Earth days. And the inside of it is a liquid iron. So interesting facts about Mercury, which if you guys look at your sheet that I have in front of you, we've got some interesting facts, and we also have the size of the Mercury. If you guys want to go ahead and fill this out, we'll use this as a study guide. So if you see where it says interesting facts, you can put no water, and it has no moons. Also, under the temperature spot, you can put how hot it is. Now, Mercury is the closest to the sun, so it's going to be extremely hot with the daytime temperatures of upwards to 800 degrees Fahrenheit. And here's a picture of Mercury's surface. And you can see that there's several craters. What other thing in the the solar system has craters? Riley?
The Earth's moon.
Exactly, Earth's moon. And I love how you specified which moon it was. All right, so the next one is Venus, and it's named after the Roman god of love and beauty. So do you think Venus is maybe considered a pretty planet? It's named after the Roman god of love and beauty. It's close in size to Earth, which Riley mentioned earlier is called the twin sister of Earth. And it rotates on its axis clockwise, which is when you look at the clock, 12, and it goes this way. Earth rotates counterclockwise, so Earth rotates this way. And it has a very thick atmosphere. So if humans were there, it'd be very hard to breathe. So if you guys want to look at your review sheet for Venus, we have some more interesting facts that we can record. 1 day in Venus is 243 Earth days. That's crazy. And it has a liquid metal core, and it rains sulfuric acid, which would burn your skin. So it's not regular water rain, it actually rains sulfuric acid. And there is no moons. Does everybody have that written down on their sheet?
Yeah.
Great. Yes, Jeremiah? What'd you say, bud? You can write down that it has no moons and it has a very thick atmosphere. Yes, you can write that on interesting facts. That was a good question. And I just have a picture here of inside the planet Mercury. Do you guys remember how Earth has different layers? We learned about the core, the inner core, outer core. Well, Mercury has several spots too. If you look, if you open it up, you see that liquid there in the metal core. So it actually has a lot of iron in it. So this is made up of iron in the middle of Mercury. All right, and the next planet we're going to talk about is Earth. You can stop. Okay.